Hey everyone, and welcome back to Stock Explorers for another deep dive. This time we're going deep on Doximity,
Oh, yeah.
the leading digital platform for U.S. medical professionals.
Really interesting one.
It is. We've got a whole stack of sources here to really figure out how this company makes money and why it's been such a success story.
I think one of the most interesting things about Doximity is they've really figured out how to build a platform that doctors actually want to use.
Right. And they're making a ton of money doing it.
Yeah, and I think that's what makes them so unique in the healthcare space.
Exactly.
You know, a lot of companies come in with a tech-first mindset, and they try to force their solutions onto the healthcare industry.
Absolutely.
But Doximity really understands the needs of doctors.
Yeah.
And they've built their platform around those needs.
It seems so simple when you say it like that.
Yeah.
But it's clearly been really successful. I mean, over 80% of U.S. physicians are on Doximity.
It's an incredible number.
That's huge.
It really is.
So let's talk about how they actually turn this massive network into revenue.
Okay.
We know they make money.
Yeah.
But how do they do it?
So they have three main revenue streams.
Okay.
Hiring solutions, marketing solutions, and workflow tools.
Let's start with hiring solutions.
Okay.
Because this one seems like it's the most straightforward.
Yeah, it's basically like a LinkedIn for doctors.
Okay.
Hospitals pay a fee to access Doximity's platform, and they can search for qualified candidates.
Got it.
They also offer tools like salary maps, which give doctors insights into compensation trends.
That makes sense.
So it's a win-win for both sides.
Yeah. Hospitals get access to a huge pool of talent, and doctors get a better understanding of what they're worth.
Exactly.
So that's hiring solutions. But it seems like their marketing solutions are where they really rake it in.
Oh, absolutely.
So how does that work?
Well, think about it. Doctors are bombarded with information all day long.
Yeah, I can only imagine.
So pharmaceutical companies need a way to cut through the noise and get their message in front of the right physicians.
And Doximity provides that channel.
They do.
But it's not like they're just running banner ads all over the place.
No.
They seem to be really focused on high-quality content.
Right. They emphasize clinically relevant content that's actually valuable to doctors.
Which makes sense.
Yeah.
You want to keep the doctors happy.
Exactly.
Keep them engaged.
And Doximity has very strict guidelines for the content that pharma companies can promote on their platform.
Well, it's kind of like a triple win situation.
It is.
Doctors get valuable information.
Yep.
Pharma companies get to reach their target audience.
Right.
And Doximity gets to collect those sweet, sweet subscription fees.
You got it.
It's brilliant.
It is a very clever business model.
And speaking of clever business models,
Yeah.
their recent Q3 2025 financials are pretty impressive.
Very impressive.
They're reporting a record-adjusted EBITDA margin of 61%.
Yeah, it's incredible.
How is that even possible?
Well, a big part of it is their subscription-based revenue model.
Okay.
It provides a consistent and predictable income stream.
Makes sense.
They also have insanely high client retention rates.
Yeah, their net revenue retention rate is a whopping 117%.
Wow.
Their top 20 clients are growing even faster at 122%.
That's amazing.
So what's the secret sauce?
Well, they have this land and expand strategy.
Okay.
So they'll start by working with a client,
Mm-hmm.
maybe for one specific service or brand.
Right.
And then over time, they gradually expand the relationship,
Oh, man.
adding more services, more brands, more modules.
So it's like they get their foot in the door,
Yeah,
and then they just keep growing from there.
exactly.
Like the snowball effect.
It is.
But in a good way.
In a very good way for Doximity.
So they've got this sticky platform,
Yeah,
but could their clients easily switch to a competitor?
that's a good question.
What makes Doximity so indispensable?
Well, I think there are a few things. First, their network effects are incredibly powerful.
Right. With over 80% of U.S. physicians on the platform.
It's hard to beat that.
It's like they've created the ultimate doctor hangout spot.
They have.
But it's not just about the numbers.
Yeah.
It's also about the trust they've built within the medical community.
You're right.
Doctors trust Doximity.
They do.
They trust it as a source of information.
Mm-hmm.
They trust the platform to connect them with colleagues and opportunities.
Yeah.
And they trust the company to protect their privacy and data.
And that trust is invaluable.
It is. You can't just buy that kind of trust.
No, you can't.
It takes years to build.
And Doximity has consistently shown that they're worthy of that trust.
So they've nailed the network effects.
They have.
They've built an incredible amount of trust.
Yep.
But there's one more piece of the puzzle that we need to talk about.
Okay.
AI.
Mm-hmm.
How is Doximity incorporating AI into their platform?
Well, they see AI as a key driver of future innovation. And they're making significant investments in this area.
Like what kinds of things are they doing with AI?
They're developing AI-powered tools to streamline workflows,
Okay.
enhance decision-making, and ultimately make doctors' lives easier.
In their investor presentation, they were claiming that their tools could save doctors up to 13 hours a week.
That's a bold claim.
It is, but if they can actually deliver on that,
Yeah.
that's huge.
It would be a game changer.
So what are some of the specific ways they're using AI?
Well, they're focusing on those tedious, time-consuming tasks that bog doctors down.
Like what?
Things like answering patient questions,
Okay.
writing referral letters, and even navigating prior authorizations.
It sounds like they're not trying to replace doctors with AI,
No.
but rather to give them superpowers
Success.
to help them be more efficient and effective.
That's the goal.
Well, we've covered a lot of ground in this first part of our deep dive into Doximity.
Yeah, we have.
I've talked about their revenue streams, their financials, their sticky platform, and their ambitious AI plans.
It's a really impressive company.
It is. And we're just getting started.
Can't wait to dive in some more.
When we come back, we'll take a closer look at their competitive landscape,
Okay.
their growth potential,
Mm-hmm.
and how their AI initiatives could impact the future of healthcare.
Sounds good.
So stay tuned. All right, so we're back,
Back in the thick of it.
and we're really starting to get a feel for what makes Doximity tick.
Yeah, they've really managed to position themselves as a leader in this space.
Definitely.
Yeah.
We talked about their financials in the last part,
Mm-hmm.
but let's zoom out a bit and think about their growth trajectory.
Okay.
Where do you see Doximity going in the next few years?
Well, I think the potential for growth is huge.
Okay.
Their core business, connecting doctors with pharma companies and hospitals,
Right.
still has a lot of room to expand.
Yeah, especially as healthcare keeps moving more and more online.
Exactly. And Doximity is already in a great spot to take advantage of that trend.
But what about expanding beyond their core markets?
Now that's where it gets really interesting.
Yeah. What other areas of healthcare could they disrupt?
Well, one that comes to mind immediately is the insurance industry.
Okay.
They already have this massive database of physician information,
Right.
which could be super valuable to insurers for things like risk assessment underwriting, even claims processing.
So they could become like the go-to source for physician data
Exactly.
for the entire healthcare ecosystem.
Exactly.
And with their AI capabilities,
Mm-hmm.
they could even develop tools to help insurers personalize coverage,
Right.
streamline claims processing, all sorts of things.
Even identify potential fraud.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. There are a lot of possibilities there.
And what about patient engagement?
Okay.
They've built so much trust with doctors.
Mm-hmm.
Could they leverage that trust to connect directly with patients?
It's a bolder move,
Yeah.
but it has a ton of potential.
Like, what are we talking about here?
Well, imagine like a Doximity for Patients app
Okay.
where patients can access trusted health information, connect with their doctors more easily, and even manage their health proactively.
Like a personalized health hub,
See, exactly.
powered by Doximity's expertise and their focus on high-quality information.
Right. And with AI, they could even personalize health recommendations,
Wow.
provide insights based on a patient's medical history and lifestyle.
That sounds pretty futuristic.
It does, but it's not out of reach.
So it seems like Doximity has a lot of options for growth,
They do.
but expansion always comes with risks.
Of course.
What are some of the things they need to be careful of?
Well, I think one of the biggest challenges is going to be staying focused.
Okay.
It's tempting to chase every shiny new opportunity,
Right.
but spreading yourself too thin can be dangerous.
You lose focus,
Exactly.
and you risk diluting your brand.
Right. So they need to be strategic about which markets they enter.
And they need to be mindful of the cultural differences between those different healthcare sectors.
You're right.
What works for doctors might not work for patients or insurers.
Exactly. They'll need to adapt their approach.
Their products to fit each market.
And let's not forget about competition.
Oh, yeah. Every market they enter is going to have established players
With deep pockets.
and a lot of experience.
So how can Doximity compete?
Well, they have a few key advantages.
Like what?
They have a strong brand, a loyal user base, and a proven track record of innovation.
Right.
And don't forget about their data advantage.
Oh, yeah. With over 80% of U.S. physicians on their platform,
They have access to a ton of valuable data.
which they can use to develop new products and services.
Exactly.
It's like they have this treasure trove of insights into how doctors work,
It really is.
what they need, how they make decisions.
And that data is only going to become more valuable as AI becomes more important in healthcare.
Speaking of AI,
Hmm.
let's bring it back to Doximity's core business.
Okay.
They're already using AI to make doctors' lives easier.
Right.
But how do you see AI impacting their growth in the long term?
I think AI is going to be a major driver of growth for them.
How? Well, their AI tools are already attracting new customers
Okay.
and increasing engagement on the platform.
And as their AI gets more sophisticated,
Hmm.
we could see them offering even more advanced tools.
Absolutely.
Maybe even branching out into new areas like diagnostics or personalized medicine.
It's definitely possible.
The possibilities are endless.
You really are.
But it's not just about building AI.
No,
It's about building AI responsibly.
you're right.
Doximity has been very vocal about their commitment to ethical AI development.
And that's important.
It is AI has the potential to revolutionize healthcare,
Yeah.
but it also has the potential to perpetuate biases
Hmm.
and exacerbate inequalities if it's not done right.
It's a powerful tool,
It is.
and it needs to be used carefully.
Seems like Doximity understands that,
They do.
and they're taking steps to make sure their AI is fair, unbiased, and beneficial to everyone.
That's good to hear.
So we've talked a lot about the future,
We have.
but let's bring it back to the present for a second. We know Doximity is the top dog in connecting doctors with pharma companies.
Hmm.
But the pharma industry is facing some challenges these days.
Right.
Rising drug prices,
Yeah.
scrutiny of marketing practices.
Yeah.
How could those challenges affect Doximity?
Well, it's definitely something to keep an eye on.
Okay.
Any changes in the pharma industry, especially changes to marketing and advertising regulations,
Right.
could have an impact on Doximity's business.
So it's a potential threat,
It's a potential challenge.
but could it also be an opportunity?
It could.
How so?
Well, Doximity's focus on high-quality, clinically relevant content could actually be a big advantage in a more regulated environment.
Because doctors are going to be more careful about the information they consume.
Exactly.
So pharma companies have to be more careful about how they market their products. They might need Doximity even more.
Right. Doximity becomes the trusted source.
So Doximity could actually benefit from stricter regulations.
It's possible.
And their AI capabilities could help pharma companies navigate that changing landscape
Absolutely.
by giving them the tools to target their marketing more effectively, personalize their messages, measure their impact.
They could turn this challenge into a strength.
It's really interesting to see how Doximity is constantly adapting.
Yeah, they're not just reacting to the changes in healthcare.
They're shaping them.
They're a company that understands the power of connections, connecting doctors with each other, with information, with opportunities.
With the companies that serve them.
Exactly.
And those connections are only going to get more important as healthcare keeps evolving.
Doximity is a company with a bright future.
Yeah, they're well positioned to ride this wave of healthcare digitalization.
And with their vision and their technology.
It could even be the ones leading the charge into the future.
The AI-powered future of medicine.
It's been a fascinating dive into the world of Doximity.
It has.
We've learned a lot.
A lot to think about.
But we're not done yet.
More to come.
We'll be back in a moment to wrap things up and leave you with some final thoughts to ponder.
Sounds good.
Stay tuned.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're back for the final part of our deep dive into Doximity.
It's been a journey.
It has. I've got to say, I'm feeling pretty bullish on this company.
Yeah, I mean, they've built something really special.
They have. We've talked about their network, their high retention rates, those crazy margins, their AI plans.
Yeah. It's a lot to take in.
It is. So what's the big takeaway here?
I think for me, it's their understanding of the healthcare system.
Yeah, they really get it.
They're not just some tech company trying to shoehorn their technology into healthcare.
Right. They've actually taken the time to figure out what doctors need.
What their pain points are, where the opportunities lie.
And they built a platform that's not just helpful, but essential.
Exactly. It's become a part of doctors' daily lives.
Their go-to source for information, their trusted network.
Like the digital backbone of the medical profession.
And that's a powerful position to be in.
Especially with healthcare changing so rapidly.
Telehealth personalized medicine. AI diagnostics.
All of it.
Doximity's not just keeping up.
They're leading the way.
Their AI initiatives are a perfect example.
Totally. They're not just automating tasks. They're empowering doctors.
Helping them practice medicine more effectively.
Making better decisions. Delivering better care.
It's a vision that could really change healthcare as we know it.
And Doximity seems perfectly positioned to make it happen.
They have the network, the data, the expertise.
It's commitment.
It's going to be fascinating to see what they do next.
Definitely. A company worth watching for sure.
Well, that brings us to the end of our Doximity deep dive.
I hope you enjoyed it.
We sure did.
Always more to learn, of course.
There is. So keep digging, keep asking questions.
Keep exploring.
And if you're hungry for more deep dives into interesting companies and industries,
Make sure you hit that subscribe button.
like this episode and turn on those notifications so you never miss a beat.
We'll catch you next time.